Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're taking some really deep insights from expert communication coaching and turning them into a high-leverage, everyday survival guide. If you've ever felt like your ideas just kind of get lost in the shuffle, or you're not commanding the room the way you absolutely know you could, well, you're in the right place. We're not going to sit here and talk about vague, theoretical frameworks today. Nope, our entire focus is on actionable daily practice. We are going to break down exactly what you need to do, day by day, to become a truly magnetic communicator.
So, let's just jump right in. Why does poor communication actually feel like a life-or-death threat? I want you to think back to a time when you were in, say, a super awkward meeting, or trying to express yourself in a really tough conversation, and you just couldn't find the words. It doesn't just feel like a minor social hiccup, does it? It feels suffocating, viscerally frustrating. You might even feel your heart racing a bit. Lacking the ability to communicate almost feels like a genuine threat to your survival. And as it turns out, there's a fascinating biological reason for that deep-seated hunger to be heard.
There's this incredible insight inspired by Yuval Noah Harari's book, Sapiens, which basically reminds us that Homo sapiens didn't evolve faster because we were the strongest or the fastest or because we had the sharpest claws. No way. We evolved faster because of our totally unique ability to communicate complex information. Through specific words and tones, we could plan entire hunting strategies. We could warn our tribe about danger and teach the next generation exactly which berries were poisonous so they didn't have to, find out the hard way. Communication wasn't— Actually, scratch that. It isn't just a soft skill. It is literally an ancient survival skill.
So here's the absolute kicker. That ancient wiring, it's still completely intact inside of you today. Think about it. If our ancestors couldn't communicate with their group, they were vulnerable. They'd get ambushed or cast out entirely. So today, when you lack visibility at work or you fail to get your ideas across, your biology hasn't changed one bit. Your nervous system doesn't realize you're just sitting in a totally safe, air-conditioned office. It triggers the exact same ancient threat assessment. It literally thinks you are about to be left behind by the tribe.
So let's see how this ancient wiring plays out today in what we call the workplace visibility trap.
Picture your own office for a second. You know your craft, right? You deliver results. You are technically brilliant. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Your technical ability is a solid 10 out of 10. And yeah, it absolutely got you in the door. But the room isn't just rewarding your raw knowledge anymore. It's rewarding how well you can communicate that knowledge. It rewards how you handle pushback and the level of clarity and trust you can project. So your technical ability gets you in the door for sure, but your communication skills, those determine exactly how far you climb.
To fix this, we need to shift gears and focus on actionable daily practices.
Look, transitioning from a technical expert to a magnetic leader doesn't happen by sitting through endless, exhausting corporate seminars. Real, fast transformation happens through highly leveraged, small daily habits. Let's quickly preview the first three we're going to hit. Step 1. Set a goal before you speak. Step 2. Pick up the phone and call instead of texting. And Step 3. Systematically desensitize yourself to rejection. Doing these consistently is going to completely rewire your communication reflexes.
All right, let's start with habit 1. This is going to take exactly 30 seconds of your time, but I promise it will change the trajectory of every conversation you have from here on out. Before you walk into a meeting, a tough talk with a friend, or even just a quick catch-up at the coffee machine, you have to pause. Ask yourself, what do I actually want out of this interaction? Do you want to negotiate something? Do you just want to laugh and connect? Or do you need to listen and learn? If you skip this question, your energy just gets totally scattered. You walk in half trying to connect, half defending yourself, and half trying to make some grand point. Your expectations get completely misaligned with the other person, and honestly, both of you just walk away frustrated.
It's kind of like walking into a gym with absolutely no plan. You wander between a few machines, do a little bit of everything, and leave totally unsure if you actually accomplished anything. Now, imagine walking into that exact same gym, knowing your specific focus for the day is upper body strength. Suddenly, every single decision you make in that room is purposeful. Well, communication works the exact same way. Define your goal, and it becomes your North Star for every single word you say.
Moving right along to habit 2. Now this one might sound almost too simple or even a bit cliché, but in our modern world, it's becoming a lost art and a massive competitive advantage. You need to make a habit of actually calling people. Think about it. We've collectively replaced real conversation with texting and emojis and voice notes. When you text, what do? You type, you delete, you rephrase, maybe throw in a little smiley face to soften the tone. You are literally training yourself to overthink and underspeak. It totally atrophies your reflexes. But actually making a phone call? That builds real-time conversational muscle. A live, unscripted call puts you back in the arena. You have to manage your tone, your pacing, and your listening all at once, because real conversations do not have a backspace button.
Okay, habit 3. This is where things get really exciting. And yeah, a little bit uncomfortable. This is the one nobody really wants to talk about, but it's the single biggest hurdle between you and becoming a magnetic communicator. You must deliberately desensitize yourself to the fear of rejection. The most magnetic people out there take risks with their speech. They say the unexpected thing, or they share an unconventional opinion. The reason we hold back is because we're terrified of being judged, so we fix this systematically. Try this. For the next 7 days, find low-stakes interactions and practice being bold. Crack a dad joke with the grocery store cashier. Say something slightly outrageous to your best friend. The risk in these moments has 0 consequences, and every time the world doesn't end, your nervous system updates its threat assessment. The fear shrinks, and taking social risks actually starts to feel exciting instead of terrifying.
Next up, habit number 4, building T-shaped knowledge.
Once you've mastered how you deliver your message, we have to talk about what you actually bring into the room. So T-shaped competence is essentially having one really deep area of expertise combined with genuine curiosity in several broad areas. This is the secret architecture behind the absolute most fascinating people you've ever met. You know those people you can just talk to for hours? They aren't putting on a performance. They just have a unique lens, this specific knowledge structure, that they use to view the entire world.
So think of it in 2 parts. First, you have your deep stem. This is your main authority, your passion, that one thing you can speak about with total, absolute depth. Go deep and own that. Then you have your soft areas. These are maybe 3 or 4 things you're just genuinely curious about. It could be cinema, food, economics, pop culture, whatever. The real magic happens when you cross-pollinate. When you combine the authority of your deep stem with the playfulness of your soft curiosities, you create these totally unexpected, fascinating connections. You pull contrasting ideas together, and it yields this magnetic result that just draws people in and makes them go, wow, I've literally never thought about it that way.
And finally, we need to uncover your true voice. As we bring all of these actionable daily practices together, I want to offer you a really powerful mindset shift. Your communication is not broken. It was never broken. It's just covered in gunk. It's sitting underneath all these layers of fear, habitual self-editing, and withdrawal that have totally muffled the person who actually has something incredible to say. You don't need a complete personality overhaul, and you definitely don't need some expensive certificate. Your only job right now is to stop censoring yourself and to gently remove the layers hiding the magnetic communicator you already are.
Which leaves us with one final, incredibly practical question. Who are you calling today? Because your transformation starts with just one small act of boldness. One phone call instead of a text. One honest goal set before you walk into your next meeting. The second this explainer ends, I challenge you to pick up the phone, put your actionable daily practice to work immediately, and let the real you start to shine through. Get out there and start communicating.